Hello everybody, Ardub here with my very first fully edited Absolver video. Today I'm sharing my best beginner-friendly build in the hopes that it will help everyone out and improve your ability to play Absolver. So a little bit of background on where I got the inspiration for this build. I have a bunch of martial arts experience. I've done about 4 years of kickboxing and boxing and have been playing video games since my childhood. So Absolver is naturally the perfect combination of both for me, and I was so excited when it came out. So now let's get on to the deck concept. I like to call it a disruption tech deck almost. Because this deck focuses on having a variety of startup moves as well as mix-ups in the 2 and 3 move combo areas, which allow you to confuse, counter, and adapt to your opponent. So I'm playing with the Windfall style, but any style could, in theory, work well here. And this gives you a great opportunity to counter people, especially because you have the extra dodges for high and low attacks. So as a martial artist, my ideal counter move is to get out of the way, which gives you a great opportunity to counter, and that's why, again, I chose the Windfall style. So here I have the deck up for you to just check out some of the move sets while I talk here. Many of the moves I have in this deck are easily acquired, which makes it really beginner-friendly, and so when you play through the story mode, most of these you'll unlock naturally just by blocking, countering, and beating all the bosses type thing. So if you don't have any particular move as well, it's pretty easy to tech them in. Just change a move. As long as it has a similar like speed, range, even just the speed, you'll be fine. So the key moves for this that I really think make the deck work, first off is the low spin heal. So it's your back left startup move in my case in this deck. It's honestly amazing, especially when your opponent likes to try to rush you with the quick linear high punches. So this really lets you disrupt a rushing opponent and allow you to quickly follow up yourself. And I've used this a ton. You'll see it in the clips. It's incredibly useful just as a sweep. It's very helpful to get your opponent to stop rushing you. So next up is the upper elbow, and this is a bit of an odd choice, it would seem, because it's a very strength heavy, slow, and powerful attack. So this is actually an incredibly useful move because it is the only move in your deck with this kind of timing. It has a very slow timing, and it's very following up a very quick shot in my case with the elbow, with the quick elbow. So this move really lets you land a lot of shots with this because like people won't expect it. They'll expect a different timing. So any opponent you have that's Forsaken, Cult, or even Windfall in some cases, they'll either just block this and take a huge stamina hit, or they'll actually try to parry or counter a fast move, and they'll get the timing wrong and just get hit for a ton of damage. Especially in the combo I have where it's 2 quick shots and then into the elbow. So that's one of my favorite combos to use in the middle of a match. At the start, it's easy enough to get countered, but in the middle of a match, once they've started to figure out your other moves, it'll land a lot of the time. So finally, there are 2 moves that are very similar, both the Tetsuzanko and the Surging Palm. Now these 2 moves are very useful in this deck as they're strafing attacks, which allow you to dodge attacks while you attack. It's amazing, in my opinion. So they also let you really link your combos together, especially when people try to counter or dodge, because this will not be dodged if it's just a simple side dodge or even a jump. You'll just hit them. And it additionally kind of really throws people off if they're trying to do a quick jab to counter you, as a lot of people do when they start figuring out a moveset. They'll try to throw a jab in to one of your slow attacks to disrupt you. This is very good because you can get out of the way and then completely chain more combos into them and even end with more powerful shots like a sweep or, again, the upper elbow that I am so fond of. And additionally with these moves, I find they look weird because they kind of take a second in their startup animation to tell you where they're coming from and what they're doing. So it really throws off timing for those that want to parry you, like the Forsaken class. So these are like the main moves that you should try to get early on that are really helpful in the deck. Now just some general tips for the deck. you really want to not spam. This is not a spam deck. It never will be a spam deck. It's about a beginner deck that is facilitating your play in Absolver. So it facilitates you to get better at Absolver and learn some higher level techniques in a more forced way, because you can't just spam quick attacks and hope to win. Another big thing is that patience is really important in this deck. You don't want to be trying to spam out abilities again and try to out-move your opponent or time your opponent. You want to figure out how they play and then disrupt them accordingly. And remember to switch stances. This is a deck with 4 different tech abilities in the 4 stances. So you have a parry, a low, a high, and then a strafe. So it's very versatile, and if your opponent favors certain startup moves, you can try to get in these stances and completely change the momentum of a fight. Make sure you're switching to counter your opponent, basically, with these, because all these startup moves are there for you to utilize as tech. Another thing is that speed isn't everything with this deck. Sometimes you do want to hit your perfect timings, but sometimes throwing off your opponent is better, because there are a bunch of different timings. There's a lot of fast, mid-speed, and then slow attacks, and they can chain very obviously or not obviously. So you can go fast, slow like this, or go fast into another faster attack. So it's really good to be having all these timings mixed in, because initially when I was first building a deck, I tried to have lots of fast attacks, and that doesn't really work because they're easier to counter. They're more predictable. And finally, probably the most important tip I can give you guys is don't panic if you're getting hit and you're taking damage. Do not panic. The deck relies on you calmly blocking, dodging, even taking damage, and learning your opponent's moves. That's the key, is to understand how your opponent plays, what kinds of things they have in their deck, and what in your deck counters that. Remember, your goal is to make them pay and make them panic, because if they panic, you have a lot of moves that basically destroy any quick dodges or panic parries or what have you from them. So now that you know about the deck, check out the matches that I'll have right now, coming up soon in the video, in a few seconds. So hopefully you guys enjoy them. They really showcase I think they showcase every single move in this deck, and a bunch of the moves where they are tech counters and where they disrupt the opponent. So you should really check them out. They're really good matches. I was surprised myself at how well it went from both sides. I had a decent opponent. We really were learning each other's movesets well, and it was a lot of fun. So let me know what you think in the comments below, please. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Check me out on Twitch, and check out my schedule. I'm trying to keep a weekly schedule. It'll be updated on Sundays. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know what you can make it to. And yeah, just so you know when I'm streaming, so you don't have to miss it, but don't have to hang out on Twitch all day. So again, thank you for watching. My name has been RDub, and I will see you in the next one. Enjoy the clips.